Hi, and welcome to Linda Lectures. Linda Lectures is the name my children gave to the parental speeches I often used to torture my children and their friends, as in, oh gosh, here comes another Linda lecture or a mom lecture, depending on their age. I especially like to deliver these gems while I had them all trapped in my car. I don't care if you agree or disagree, but I do hope you'll use these to start conversations when your family is trapped together. Hi, and thanks for joining me for another episode of Linda Lectures. Today I'm going to be talking about retirement savings, 401ks, IRAs, etc. So I went to a meeting this week with the treasurer of our state and one of the local representatives and a gentleman from AARP. And they're trying to put together a program that I guess has been done in several other states, like Connecticut has done it, Massachusetts, New York, that will allow small employers to set up deduction programs for people that work for them, a retirement savings plan, even if they can't afford to offer 401k as a benefit. It's going to be a program run by the state, and it will allow for those deductions to happen and have a place for those deductions to go. The money, just like, it's just like a regular IRA essentially. But something that has been learned about retirement savings is this: no matter what, the best way to save is to have it automatically deducted from your paycheck so that it is unseen and kind of goes into its own little magical place where you can't touch it. Out of sight, out of mind, right? And if you have a job, if you get a job early that has a 401k, you should sign up for it and you should put money in, at least if they have any kind of matching, at least to get up to the matching, right? So if it's 3%, then you should make sure you put in 3% and let them match it, and then you get 6% savings. That's doubling your savings right there. And here's the cool thing about saving early: it does not matter how small of an amount you save. And I was trying to think of, like, what would be an analogy that people would understand. So I'm going to give this one a shot. You guys can, laugh at me and leave comments and give me better ideas for an analogy. But here it is. Here's my pizza analogy. So let's say that every week you buy a 16 slice pizza on Fridays every week. And let's say it costs $20. And so that's $20 that you spend every week on that pizza. Now let's just pretend that pizza was self-generating, regenerating. So if you could put a piece of pizza aside, and it would start to grow other pieces of pizza naturally. So if you take one slice of that pizza and put it away, and let's say that every week, one slice of pizza would become two slices of pizza. All right. So you save a pizza on week 1, you put away a slice. On week 2, you buy another pizza and you save another slice. Now you've got the first piece you saved, a second piece that it generated, and you just put in a third piece. So now, because you saved from week 1, now you've got 3 pieces of pizza that are going to regenerate. So the next week comes, how many pieces of pizza do you have in your little regeneration bucket? The next week you had 3 in there now. So the next week you're going to have 6 pieces of pizza. Now you save another piece. And now you have 7, not 6, but 7 pieces of pizza. So now you've got 7 pieces of pizza that are all going to regenerate, and they're going to create 14 slices of pizza. The 4th week, you save another piece. Now you've got 15 slices of pizza. You're already up to a free pizza a week. Because you're going to have 16 slices of saved pizza. No, you're going to have 15. So then the next week, you're going to have 30 pieces of pizza that get created, and you're going to have a pizza to eat, right? Or you can keep saving, right? And get to the point, if you can get to the point where you have enough pieces of pizza in there, it can self-generate a free pizza every week. Now, not only are you getting a free pizza every week, you're saving that $20, and that's $20 you can spend on something else. So I don't know if that made any sense, but I think to get some free pizza, people would do that, right? People would do it in a heartbeat because everybody likes pizza. I think everybody likes money too. I always tell my kids, I don't like money for the sake of money. I like money because it gives you choices. Money gives you choices. Money gives you choices in if you have to stay at a job you hate. Money gives you choices of things you can do for your kids or your family or your friends, or your own business you want to start up, or a creative thing you want to do on the side that maybe is expensive. Money gives you choices. And that is a freedom that is so stress reducing when done smartly. To know that when something comes up, you can handle it financially is a gift. It's fabulous. And I will tell you, after working my whole life and saving and being careful, and I can talk about all those different techniques that my husband and I used over the years. I personally still feel it's not enough. I have some internal thing that says like some catastrophe is going to happen. It's never going to be enough. But really, it's, we're good. But what I was talking about with the pizza is compound interest. And what it means is that if you start early to put money away, it doesn't matter how little it is going to grow that little bit. And then that is your new total. And then that new total grows a little bit, and it's more because the total is more. You add a little bit more to it, it's a bigger piece of pizza. And so it grows a little bit more over time. You add a little bit more, it's a bigger piece of pizza. It grows a little more over time. And if you think of that across 10 and 15 and 20 and 30 years of a career, that can become real money for retirement. And again, it's about choices. It's about knowing that when you're older, you won't have to rely on your kids. You won't have to, if something happens to you health-wise, you won't have to stay at home. You'll be able to afford an apartment. You'll be able to afford assisted living, whatever those things are that come up in your life, because none of us know what our health is going to be like when we're older, what retirement's going to be like, what our job prospects are going to be like. We just don't know. But every cent that you save early is even more important than the money you save later because of that compound interest. That money that starts to build early is the money that's going to have the longest amount of time to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And it ends up being really crucial to how much money you can have for retirement later. So this is really, I guess that's a message for older folks too. I think, and this is just from a tax and growth perspective, any money that you can put away pre-taxes into a 401k, it's, 20 to 30%, it represents 20 to 30% more than you could save on your own outside of the 401k. And again, if you don't have to think about it, if it's not there in the bank account, it can't get spent. And I highly discourage you from borrowing against your 401k or taking money out of that for any reason. I think mentally in your head, if it is just untouchable dollars, I think you're better off that way. And use your earnings today to decide what you can afford. So that's my plug for compound interest, saving early, and for automatic deductions. Automatic deductions are the key. It comes out of your paycheck. You never see it. It never hits the bank account. It goes right into that savings vehicle, and it's untouchable. In your head, it should just be untouchable. The other thing I'll just note quickly is that, and this is about financial literacy, there are fees associated with those funds. It is usually a good idea to roll funds out of your employer's 401k when you stop working for them. You can just go to wherever you want to go and open up an IRA, a rollover IRA, and you just move your money in there, and you can have low cost mutual fund options and index funds. We can do more about resources for financial literacy, but you want to move out of those 401ks if you ever leave your job, just so the fees don't kill you and sort of counteract that compound interest. So anyhow, that's my talk for today. Save early, save often. Who knows about Social Security? So it might even be more crucial for young people today to save that money, especially with their early jobs. Do what you can, save what you can, and you'll have choices later in life that could potentially mean a lot. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to this Linda lecture. I hope you'll talk about these topics with your kids when it's age appropriate. They hear you even if they disagree, hate the process, or give your lectures a funny nickname. They are listening and taking their cues from you. Check out our polls and be part of future episodes by leaving comments in the Q&A or by leaving a voicemail at the number in the show description. Good luck out there. Don't take things too seriously, and I hope you'll join me again for another Linda lecture.